this video, I'll be talking about parallel activity within Microsoft Power Automate Flow. So I'm in make.powerautomate.com and I pick up one solution which I've already created. So you can create your own solution. I've just navigating to the solution which I've already created. So this is the solution which I've already created. It has some components in it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and create a new Power Automate Cloud Flow. So I'll just say new automation, and then from here I'll say Cloud Flow and instant. Now, this is just for demonstration purpose, just to show you how to use the parallel branch within Microsoft Power Automate. So I'll call this as parallel flow, manually trigger a flow. You can make this flow automated, instant, scheduled any way which you want. Now, first thing what we're going to do is like just to start with, I'll add a compose box. So compose action, and this compose action will have, say, let me put as abcd in it. So this is our flow. Now if I add one more compose action, then all this action will become serial in nature. So I'll just add a compose action, and let me put some value, click on save. Now once I save this flow, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to just go back, okay, because I want that modern interface to come in. So I'll just go back and then I'll come again to this flow. Then what will happen is this Microsoft Power Automate flow will be opened in a modern view. So this is a modern view. So I have a couple of compose action, and now this compose action will run one after another. So first this will get triggered, then this will execute, and then this will execute. Now what if I want an action to run parallelly? Okay, so for that what you need to do is you just need to do a right click here and say add a parallel branch. So once I say add a parallel branch, what do you want to add? So I'll add a compose action, and maybe I'll just put AAA in it. Okay, so similarly I can add multiple parallel branch. So this way I can add multiple parallel branch. So as you see over here, I have got three parallel branch. Maybe I will add one more and make it four. So I have this four operations running in parallel. Okay, and now this is that fifth action. So let me get rid of this. And now if you see, if you want to test this, so what will happen is when you test this functionality, all this compose 1, compose 3, compose 4 will all run in parallel. So this is a behavior you expect when you want to run some set of actions which are not dependent on one another, and then they can execute parallelly, and then at the end of the execution all this results culminates to one specific flow. Okay, so this is how we have altered the behavior of sequential execution. Now what say what if we want to do something like, say, all this parallel branch runs, and now what I want is all the results to come in one action over here. So I want all these things to come over here, and then we have another action, and then the flow is terminated. So in order to do that, what we need to do is like, first let's say add an action. So I'll add a compose action, and this is that final culmination point. So I'll just call it as culmination point, and I'll name this compose action over here. Now this is my flow. So for that what you need to do is, now this is already linked to this compose action. Now how do we link this here, and how do you link this here, and then how do I link here, and then eventually this comes here, and then all the actions will follow from here. So let's say we have this. So we will add one more compose over here, just to say that this is an end flow or something. Okay, so this is where the flow will get ended. Now if I want to link this, now this one, the end of compose one should be linked to culmination point. So if I go to culmination point over here, go to settings, and then from select actions I need to select compose one. So I'll just say select action and then select compose one. Now if I select this, watch what happens. It is now connected. Okay, Now, what exactly happened over here? It says when this action is successful, then let all this thing come over here. Okay. Similarly, if I want to link compose 3, I will say select action. So remember, I'm in culmination point over here. I went to the settings. And now from select actions, I'll select compose 3 and then now disconnected. Same if you want to select compose 4, go to the culmination point, settings. So let me select this, run after, selection, compose 4, and then now it is connected. Now this is how you basically use the parallel flow. So the logic is like you will have more set of actions over here in one flow, second flow, third flow, and fourth flow. All these flows are independent of each other, and that's why they can run parallelly. However, once all the individual pattern of flow gets executed completely, then it will all join the culmination point, and then from that point onwards, the flow will be terminated. So this is how you basically use Power Automate parallel execution actions. Now, there are other things which you can do, like it's not just you can only have one parallel set of actions, you can have multiple parallel set of actions. So here again you can start with do a right click, and you can say add a parallel branch. Okay, and now once I add a parallel branch, then it will ask you what to add. So I'll just say compose, and then this compose gets added. And then I'll say okay, I have an option to do a copy action. Just do a right click and then paste an action. So that's pretty much easy. Now if I want to link this with compose 6, go to the settings, select action, select compose 6, and then you have connected here. Okay, and this is how the parallel block will get executed. So now let me publish this. Now I need to fill up something in compose 6. So let me fill and publish it. Now, if you want to see the same behavior in the old designer, what you can do is like you can unselect the new designer, and then it will navigate the entire authoring experience to the old interface. And then from that old interface, it will look something like this. It's not that pretty. So if you want to add a parallel branch, you can click here, and if you do a right click, you get the browser right click. Okay, so you cannot do a right click over here in the old interface. You just click over here and say add a parallel branch. Now if I add a parallel branch, it will add something over here. It will ask you to select the action. I'll select the simple action compose, and this will get saved over here. Now remember, we need to connect this compose in the culmination point. So you go to culmination point over here, and here if we go to settings, then we don't see any specific thing over here. It says settings for culmination point, right? Now if you want to connect, there are multiple ways. Now you can always switch back to the new designer and do that, or you can connect this in the old interface directly itself. So from here, insert a new step, and then from a new step, you can add multiple actions, and then you can connect this to the culmination point. Now, the whole purpose of this exercise was to show you how do we connect uh, multiple sequential set of activities, both acting in a parallel way, and then you define the complex logic flow based on your business requirement. Now I'll just click on save over here, just move on to the new interface. And then here you will see the fifth action which we have just added. So I'll just put it this way, and then this is how the flow will work. Now quite possible, if you want to link not with this culmination point, if you want to link this with somewhere at the end of say or start of compose 6, yes you can do that. So you need to just click on compose 6, click on settings, and then from here select compose 2. So I'll select compose 2, and then this link will be formed. Okay, so this link will be formed over here. So as you see, and then you can make the flow as complex as possible, right? So this is how you basically use the parallel branch feature within Microsoft Power Automate. Thanks for watching.